Hey everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Bike podcast. Hope you are doing well this week. We're 7 days past the new year, and the question I have for you is, how you doing? How are you doing? Have you been able to stick to the plan? Are you wavering a bit from day to day? Are you struggling with that little voice inside your head that's telling you, hey, take a break? Take a break. Take a break, Andrew. You don't have to do it today. You don't have to do it today. You know what I'm talking about. That little voice inside your head. So hopefully you're still on track, but keep in mind there's ups and downs in this game of wellness. There's ups and downs in this game, right? And that's why it is so important to establish atomic habits, right? To make it things that you're doing, little things that you're doing every day that take you closer to where you want to be. James Clear talks about identity-driven goals, right? So it's all about establishing an identity. Who is it that I want to be at the end of this year? So when it's 2024 and you're thinking about and reflecting on the previous year, where is it that you want to be? Okay? And so that's what we're doing this week. We're talking a bit about how we can get closer, how we can continue on that journey. And this week we talk about there ain't no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. When it comes to living your greatest life and becoming your best self, this process requires effort, it requires dedication, it requires a willingness to learn and grow. And it's important to remember that success and personal growth are not instantaneous. They are, and this is how it goes, they're the result of a consistent, focused effort over time. And that's the key right there. Consistent, focused effort over a period of time. And again, going back to the Atomic Habits, if you haven't read it, I'm not sure this will make sense. James Clear talks about trying to become 1% better every day. And that equates to 37% better at the end of the year. That's pretty cool. So if I think of where I'm at right now, and if I try to just get 1% better today, and I do that every day, just 1%, I get to a place where I'll be 37% better than where I'm at right now. And you know what? I will take that. That's incredible when you think about it. So one way to approach this process is to we've talked about it, make sure your goals are specific, achievable for yourself, so that you can work towards them consistently. So another piece there too that I want you to think about is, how's your body feeling? How is your body feeling right now? And if you find that you're consistently sore, you're feeling worn down, then you might want to think about adjusting your training just a bit. So what's required? Well, you're going to have to set aside some time for learning and personal development, surrounding yourself with supportive and encouraging people, or seeking out new experiences that challenge you and help you grow. But I think the key is this, gang, and it's just the way it goes. The idea of this being easy is just not part of the playbook. It's just not part of the playbook. So actually, if you're thinking about how you're doing day to day, and you find yourself where you're kind of going, hey, this is kind of easy. What I'm doing is easy. I don't really have to put a lot of effort towards it, right? Well, then maybe you want to rethink what you're striving to achieve at the end of this year, that identity that you're trying to be. Another key factor in living your greatest life and becoming your best self is having that mindset of growth. This means approaching challenges with the belief that you can learn and improve with effort and persistence, rather than seeing setbacks as failures. Let's stop right there. Gang, you're gonna have setbacks. we have setbacks on this wellness journey. Why? Because it is difficult, right? It's super difficult. So it's not always just going to be perfect from day to day. There's going to be days where you don't feel like it, but you still have to go for it. You got to go, right? You might have little setbacks when you've maybe gone too hard and you're injured. That's part of it as well. But you got to try to keep moving forward. Cultivating a growth mindset can help you to stay motivated and focused on your goals, even when things get tough. And that's why I always caution people, if you rely on motivation, if you rely on motivational speeches, flicking through social media, okay? Again, social media is wonderful. I love being on it, okay? But it's also, and it can be, a distraction, right? So maybe you want to set up a goal where before I get on social media, and I've talked about this before in other pods, you know what? I'm going to get the hard part out of the way. The reward is going on social media. The reward is posting on social media and interacting with my support group. But first, I'm gonna get it done. Okay? So again, try to stay away from that idea that you're going to be motivated, because you ain't. I've shared so many times, and I'm a little pumped up. I'm revved up in this week's podcast, but I can tell you, and I've shared it before, every morning between 4 and 4:30 a.m., when I wake up to exercise, there is always a voice inside my head saying, Andrew, today you don't have to. Andrew, take the day off. Every day. Imagine that, 4.5 years or so of doing this. And that voice is still there. It never goes away. So that's why you have to learn to ignore it. Okay? So ultimately, the journey towards living your greatest life and becoming your best self is one that it's going to require time and effort, but it is also a journey that can be incredibly rewarding and fulfilling. And I can tell you, these past 4.5, 5 years of, if I look at my life and I look at this wellness journey that I've been on, or the journey, not always wellness, but the journey that I've been on, I can honestly say, having studied Atomic Habits, having applied the concepts of the book, having developed incredible habits, wonderful systems, it has made for me feeling and being at my best. Not every day, right? Not every day. But most of the time, the majority of the time, I am so proud of the person that I've become, the identity that I've chased for the past 4.5 years. And it's awesome. So with dedication, and if you have that positive attitude, you can make the progress towards your goals and create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. So this week, I guess the key is this: there ain't no shortcuts. There's going to be no shortcuts to this game, and I hope that 7 days into the new year that you're staying the course. If you need any help or some support, if you have any questions, you have any comments, things you want to add, things you want me to talk about in the next episode of the pod, feel free to connect with me on Instagram. So with that being said, that's it this week. God bless everyone. You know what you got to do. Go get it.